All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to you, sincere, hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, pushing the word of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. All right, believing in the truth. 144,000. Shalom. Coming back with another lesson. I want to get into, uh, you know, the nation of Israel at one point in time being considered heathen or Gentile. Um, before we woke up to this truth, we were considered heathens. Okay, being that we were not calling upon the true name of Heavenly Father, we didn't even know who we were as Israelites. Okay, we worshipped, a bunch of idols from various places around the planet. All right, that were native to the heathen. Okay, this is all the things that Israelites were consumed and engulfed in prior to waking up to our heritage, and being that we've come back to understanding who we are no longer Gentiles. Okay, we are the people of Yahweh Shem Shai, the chosen nation. So, there's a misunderstanding that a lot of Israelites have in thinking that heathen can actually be saved, which is false. All right. Anytime the scriptures mention salvation being granted to the Gentiles, that's simply referring to, Israelite foreigners. Okay. Which, once you understand that prior to us knowing who we were considered Gentiles, but you thank the Lord that you're not in that darkness any longer, and that you've taken upon you the identity of an Israelite. There should be no misunderstanding or confusion about the heathen not being able to be saved, the actual heathen, the actual Gentiles. Okay, but simply knowing that at one point in time you were considered a Gentile, being that you didn't have this knowledge, that should make it easier for you to understand that the actual heathen, cannot be saved. So I just want to edify on that point. Jeremiah 44, and starting at verse 2, it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, ye have seen all the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem and upon all the cities of Judah. And behold, this day they are a desolation, and no man dwelleth therein." Okay, because in the past, the Lord actually brought destruction upon Israel. Okay, upon our land, our kingdom, when we actually dwelt, in our land that the Lord gave us for an inheritance. The Lord brought that evil and destruction upon that place. It says, "Because of their wickedness which they have committed to provoke me to anger, and that they went to burn incense and to serve other gods whom they knew not, neither they, ye nor your fathers." Excuse me. So a lot of what our people are involved in via worship currently, well, not a lot, should I say, but those Israelites that are not of the circumcision, all right, that are not accepting of being Israelites, practicing Israelites, so to say, and even ultimately calling upon the names of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. Because you got Israelites that, you know, call upon Jesus Christ. Well, guess what? That's not what our forefathers received to worship. You know, our forefathers were never commanded to worship Jesus Christ. Okay? Our forefathers were commanded to worship Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So, you know, our people are lost and, you know, worship anything that fits them, so to say, or whatever they were handed down from Big Mama, okay, or whatever the latest trend or the newest deity that's been resurrected in the earth, you know, for whatever period of time, which is the new trend, you know, that's what our people follow, all right, but that leads to judgment being sent out from the Heavenly Father to pretty much destroy you, you know, to admonish you, correct you, rebuke you. But if that pretty much falls on deaf ears, then the Lord he's just going to destroy you. And we see that that's what's about to happen, you know, in large numbers to the nation of Israel. There's a lot of destruction that the Lord is about to issue out because of our people being rebellious and negligent to the reproof and rebuke that the Heavenly Father is issuing out there via the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay. Verse 4 says, "Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, Oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate." And that's simply what we do. All right. The prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai correct the nation. We simply deliver the message that the Heavenly Father has given us to give to you. All right. And if you neglect to adhere to that, that's on you. All right. So the Lord hates whatever you see Jake doing via social media, because this is a social media era that we live in. The Lord hates all that shit. But our people continue to do these abominable things. And since the advent or the invention, or should I say, Salakia, of the internet, the access to various idols and deities and demons and religions and forms of worship has increased, and it's led our people to becoming more and more and more and more abominable, to the point that they're not gonna take hold of the correction, and they're gonna be stuck, you know, in those wicked ways. And at that point, hey, they're no good, man. You just got to get rid of them. You got to burn them. Got to destroy them. Verse 5, it says, "But they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods." All right. So the things that our people do is spiritually them burning incense to other gods. All right. Whether they know it or not, all their actions, you know, fulfill you know, the worshiping of some type of demon, some type of deity, all right, some type of evil spirit, all right, and it can be something that they consider or in their mind is innocent, you know. It's fulfilling the will of some demonic ass entity, you know, unbeknownst to them. Okay, so this is 1 Corinthians 12:2. It says, "Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led." So when we were in the world, you know, we were led unto these dumb idols, being that they don't breathe, they don't see, they don't hear, they can't speak. However, we're putting trust in them and looking to them for guidance and correction and affirmation and things of that nature and blessings when they can't even hear you. All right, so the Apostle Paul is explaining to these Corinthians that woke up to the knowledge of being Israelites, all right, and started calling and worshiping Yahweh Shem Shai. He's explaining to them that, hey, you were at one point in time considered Gentiles, all right, being that you were led to these dumb idols. Okay, so likewise today, when you see in the scriptures that salvation is granted unto the Gentiles, all right, those Gentiles are Israelites that previously worshipped idols and deities that the heathen amongst the actual heathen, the actual other nations that they were amongst, worshipped. Okay, it's just like you see an Israelite family, well-to-do, move to a neighborhood where it's a bunch of Edomites, all right, and they raise their children amongst the Edomites from straight out the womb. Despite the parents growing up in poverty and struggling, all right, their children not being in that situation and predicament, either they're gonna grow up, being some, into plantation Christianity, or just become weirdos and be on some gothic BS, or whatever the Edomite children are into, that they grow up amongst, or Elam, or whoever they grow up amongst. That's what the children are naturally going to gravitate toward. Okay, and then they gonna grow up, and the Israelite, the young Israelite woman, she'll probably have a Edomite boyfriend and get into some rocking skulls and fucking a bunch of black, all right, and dyeing her hair pink and purple, and putting piercings all in her face, and getting demonic tattoos of Baphomet, and that's what happens, man. Okay, and that's a result of being amongst these heathen. All right, if you're amongst the heathen and you don't have that the structure and the guidance and the foundation of Yahweh Shem Shai, it's not gonna be a good outcome for you. Your spirit's gonna be lacking, and you're gonna be trying to supplement that lack of spiritual fulfillment with going along to get along. All right, and that leads to you just being completely bugged out. All right, which, being here in the state of Washington, we see bugged out Israelites on a daily basis, bugged out to where they hate themselves and wish that they were actually Edomites. All right, the type of assimilation that we see these Israelites up here doing is appalling. All right. Ephesians 2:11, it says, "Wherefore remember that ye, being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands." So here in the book of Ephesians, you had Israelites who in the flesh, all right, in times past, being the things they put on, all right, the garments they wore, their practices, all right, even physically being uncircumcised, the circumcision being the Israelites who grew up, in the customs of Israel. All right, they knew their heritage, they knew who they were, they knew the name of the Heavenly Father, so on and so forth. They considered the Israelites who didn't grow up in those customs, in the correct customs, to be Gentiles. All right, and the reason why you would say that is because it's written all over their flesh. Look at them. You know that for the most part, okay, those those jakes over there amongst them Ephesians, yeah, you know they don't even get circumcised at birth. All right, they got all these weird piercings and tattoos, and you see the clothes, the garments they wear. You see how they cut their hair. You see they don't even got a beard. So just looking at their flesh, all right, in their apparel, it's apparent that you know even though it's a Israelite, hey, that's a heathen, that's a Gentile, okay. But guess what? Those same heathen and Gentiles, some of those accepted Yahweh Shai. All right, and then there was a transformation of their spirit, the inward man, which by default the outward man is gonna be renewed, gonna be transformed. Okay, in which like look at IURC or whatnot. A lot of those guys still got dreadlocks and edge ups and so on and so forth, and that's a clear indication that the inward man has not been renewed, because your outward man is showing forth that that's the case. Okay, but with Great Millstone, um, brothers actually, that inward man is renewed. All right, is quickened, and it shows forth, uh, in our appearance. Okay, verse 12. It says that at that time ye were without Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without the Most High in the world. So our people was lost. All right, these Ephesians, these Israelites that was in Ephesus, they were just lost, man. Here it is. Your home is go east, go east. That's home. You know, go towards Israel. That's home. All right, you're lost as hell. I'm trying to tell you where to go. Okay, so that's how our people was. They was completely bugged out and lost from, the blessings that pretty much is theirs. Here it is. You got a whole inheritance, in the land of Israel, just that you don't even know about, because you was raised amongst these wild heathens. All right. Um. It says, but now in Hamashiach Yahushua, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach. So Yahushua's sacrifice actually ensured that these Israelite foreigners had an avenue of escape from the pollutions of the world, to grasp, the promises that was laid out since the foundation of the world, man. Okay. Last precept. This is 1 Peter 4 and 4:1. It says, "For as much then as Hamashiach has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin." All right. So coming into the truth, you're gonna suffer, man. That's the name of the game, man. All right, which leads to patience. Okay. It says that he no longer should live the rest of his life, the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. So coming into the truth and to this knowledge being illuminated, we aren't to live the rest of our life, however long, that is, whether it's, you got to end up being a martyr for this truth, or whether, we live long enough to see the destruction of Babylon, as well as get beamed up, Abaratazah. All right, so however long that is, which both of those is blessings, as long as you endure unto the end. You shouldn't live it after the course of the Gentiles. Just being given to the flesh. Being sensual. Okay. It says, "For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles." So prior to coming into the truth, however long of a duration that was, all right, however long you lived on planet Earth prior to you coming into the truth, all that Gentile activity that you did, let that be enough. All right, let that be enough of fulfilling the flesh. Okay. It says, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. So guess what? Being that, you got friends and family that's going to look at you crazy for not wanting to partake in the same bullshit that they, are engulfed in, that they're suppressed by, being holidays and birthdays and celebrating this and that and partying and just being in the world. They're gonna look at you crazy when you take a stance against that. All right, but they're caught up in um, hindered with having the mind of a heathen, of a Gentile. And you should know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, shall make you free, as the scriptures say. So we're free mentally, spiritually, okay? And that's not the case for them. So they're gonna look at you crazy and think you weird for not wanting to, partake in abominable idolatries right along with them, okay? And they're gonna speak evil of you, you know. And there's more to it, but I just want to drill the point in that at one point in time, we were actually considered Gentiles, being that we weren't illuminated with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua like we are now. So that proves that, you had Israelites that were considered Gentiles. And so whenever you read about the Gentiles receiving salvation, without a shadow of a doubt, we know that that's referring to Israelites. All right. It's not referring to actual heathen. So, Abarazazah, this was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.